morning. It's Sunday morning and I am on my way home from church, and I just had the nicest time in church watching. I sat behind a wonderful young mom who has a large family. She has 5 kids, and she's just gorgeous and beautiful and sweet, and I'm just always so impressed when I see her with her children. I knew her. She was I knew her when she was a teenager in church, and now she's all grown and married and has her beautiful family. And so anyway, I was sitting there and so impressed with her, how she handled her brood, the children. She kept her little ducks in a row during the hour-long meeting, and that's not easy. I mean, she has young ones, and luckily she had her mom there, who's also wonderful, who also raised a wonderful family. But as I saw her after church, I told her how much I enjoyed sitting behind her and watching her young family. And she said, "Oh no, it's just I'm a mess," or something like that, something to that effect. And I said, "No, you don't understand. I've been there, and I'm telling you, I see you. I see you, and I see your struggle, and you're doing fantastic. You did everything at just the right moment that you should have done it, in my opinion. I've also raised 5 children, and it gets pretty hairy when you're trying to get them to be civilized in a public place. And today also, especially, it's raining cats and dogs. I mean, when I had to run from church because with my hood on, I mean, it was just soaking wet and awful. And it's those kind of days where I admire people who make the effort. She got those babies up, and she got them all cleaned and dressed, and she had a little bag for them that had some little, coloring books and things in it to, keep them occupied. And, but no matter how prepared you are, sometimes the children are going to have a little squabble or something. But I just really loved seeing her. I mean, I loved going to church for other reasons as well. But I don't know, it just brought back memories of me trying to contain all of mine. But what I really liked about it, and I told her this at the end, I told her, boy, I liked how that you can tell that you've raised the older children to feel responsible for their siblings. Because, I mean, most of the time, the older siblings kind of kept the younger ones in line. But she has 2 that are babies, kind of babies. I'm not even sure how old the youngest one is, but at one point they had us, and she would let them. She wasn't like, on them on every little thing. She wasn't being negative and hateful, just not hateful, but ugly, and no patience. I don't know what you call it. But she would let the children kind of try to work their stuff out quietly, but if they did get loud and became a distraction, which I didn't really even see that, maybe one time they started to get a little fussy, and but then she quietly, without being mean and harsh, she quietly and gently leaned over to them, like touched them on the arm or whatever to get their attention, and she whispered to them whatever it was she whispered to them. And then if that didn't work, she would scoop the baby up, or the next to the baby. It was the little boy. I saw him get a little upset one time over something. Well, a couple of times. But he's the only boy in all the girls. But you can tell that some of the girls really mother him. But she just scooped him up and sat with him on her lap for a minute, and he got attended to his needs quickly. And since she did that, it didn't turn into a tantrum. So I'm just telling you, the ones that, young moms out there, the ones that have been through this already, we see you and we appreciate and admire your efforts. So that's really all I wanted to talk about today. I don't know why I'm so... It's my curse. I am so quick to tears so many times. Not just sadness, it's just whenever. But I love the babies. I love the children. I love when the parents treat them nicely. And okay, here's one other observation that I'd like to make. If you want your children to grow up and still go to church, if you like going to church yourself and taking your children, don't make them hate it. Don't be so strict and disciplinarian about it that you make them hate it. So, you know, I am all for bringing something to entertain the little ones until, because they really don't listen or get anything out of it, but they know that it's a family time. They know that they're a family unit. It can be a quite pleasant time. It can be a time that they get to love on you and sit in your lap. Or I know that I would tickle the head or the back of whatever child was sitting beside me for years and years. Even when they were teenagers. I just wanted them to be glad they were there. I didn't want to make them feel evil if they didn't want to go or whatever. But here's the thing. If you will take them as much as you can when they're little, it will become a habit. And they will, and have them to associate good feelings with being there with you. And I think it will pay off. And I guess that's all I wanted to say. It's just a little Sunday message about the babies. Love your babies. They grow up fast. I know you know that. And I got to see this while I was kind of holding my grandbaby. So that's kind of fun. It kind of carries on. And her mom was there to help her too. She has a great husband too, but I think he has to, for his work, he has to miss church quite a bit. So it's her. She's the one that's creating these habits, these lifelong habits for these babies. So I guess that's it. I hope y'all have a great Sunday. Love you. Bye-bye.